What would it look like if Counter-Strike and Overwatch had a baby? Probably like this.
Smoke's down.
Valorant released just a few days ago, and it aims to take the focus away from its fake parents and become the next competitive first-person shooter. This is a free-to-play, PC-only title where 2 teams of 5 compete to win the most rounds of a match. You can win the round by defeating all the players of the opposing team, or by successfully detonating the spike, or the bomb as I keep calling it, or defusing the spike as the defending team. It's uncanny how similar this feels to Counter-Strike. It's been more than 15 years since I've played Counter-Strike regularly, and yet all the foundations of CS are here. The feel of the weapons when you pull the trigger,
One enemy remaining.
the movement, the sounds, buying your guns at the start of each round, even the way everyone seems to play the game at the moment feels like CS. Hang on, what about Overwatch? Oh yeah. So each player chooses a character with unique abilities that differentiate them from their teammates. These abilities come straight out of an Overwatch-type world, and they give Valorant the modern twist that Riot Games are hoping helps to overcome Counter-Strike's 20-year dominance. Yes, Counter-Strike has been around in the competitive scene for that long. I'd like to highlight this feat. To be even talking about a game regularly after 20 years is insane, let alone maintaining 500,000 players at any time of day on average for the past 5 years is incredible. This performance all from a game that existed before broadband internet and had its 9th birthday before Steve Jobs released the very first iPhone. This feels like a lifetime ago, and yet CS is still relevant. I'm sure that there's people listening to this that were born after Counter-Strike came out. Okay, sure, this isn't the version of Counter-Strike being played today, but the game has changed very little, demonstrating it's got something special deep in its bones. So if you're on the fence about whether or not this game is for you, let me share the 3 things to decide if this is your jam, or more appropriately, if this is a love child you can love. The pace of play here is a rare beast in today's age. Aside from Counter-Strike, I don't know of another title that so critically emphasizes slow and considered movement coupled with lightning-fast aim. There is no run button here, there's a walk button. Sound is a weapon in this game. By not making a sound, you're depriving the other team of your position, which is exactly like Counter-Strike. You need to be someone who listens to the sounds you make and then learn to control those noises, constantly deciding between movement and stealth. The major reason you need to do this is once your position is known by the other team, they can and very likely will come for you, and dying in this game is fast. You need everything to be in your favor before you start a shootout, because it's probably going to be over in less than 1 second. And so, along with controlling your sound, you need to be ready to strike like a cobra the moment you spot the enemy. This is a team-based game, meaning there are no single-player winners here. So Valorant is a cooperative game, and because it's only 5v5, a team that works together well can make significant gains over a team of self-focused players. To enjoy Valorant, you need to be someone who wants to play as part of a team and work with that team in outsmarting and outplaying your opponents. I had the most fun not necessarily when I was winning, but when my teammates were all vocal. You get to share the high highs and the low lows that happen frequently throughout a match. You get useful tips and information about the game, and you might even make a friend. This game was bred to be a competitive title. Everything in its DNA is tuned for the esports arena. Whilst esports isn't my cup of tea, it is serious business. Prize money in other titles from recent tournaments has totaled in the tens of millions of dollars. With millions of viewers, large sponsors, and ultimately an even bigger player base, esports is one of the gaming industry's holy grails for developers. Riot Games is no stranger to this arena either, having had their title League of Legends take a large piece of the pie for the past decade. So to enjoy this game, you have to be someone who enjoys a competitive game. I'm not saying everyone who plays Valorant needs to be looking to go pro, but the game tilts towards the more serious gamer. You cannot play this game whilst watching reruns of Seinfeld. This requires all of your attention. This is probably the deal breaker for me personally. There's no pausing this game. Once you start a regular style match, you're bolted to your chair for the next 30 to 40 minutes without the chance of walking away. That's just how these things go. You can't go and play a game of basketball at your local club and be scrolling Instagram. This is that. I was surprised when I played this at how seriously everyone was playing, and then in turn how seriously it made me play. I'm not sure if that's just because it's new and everyone's trying to work out if they want to play it or not, but people were playing for sheep stations. It's also possible this was because there are no ranked games available at the moment, and so all of the players that would prefer a ranked match were stuck playing unranked matches. Either way, to enjoy Valorant, you need to be someone who enjoys focusing on the game and everything that involves. To my mind, Valorant has the foundations of being a very successful title, and I see it taking a fair slice of Overwatch and CSGO's player base. In fact, almost everyone I spoke to whilst playing was an ex-CSGO player. Valorant's success here is something that only time can tell. But what I can say is if you enjoy the idea of split-second combat, competing with a team, and learning what all of the different colourful objects flying around the place are actually doing, then don't hesitate to pick up Valorant at the very affordable price of free. You've been fantastic, I've been barely interesting, this was a match made in heaven. Hit subscribe and then have a guess in the comments what my worst kill-death-assist ratio was. I'll pin the closest answer. I'll give you a hint. It was bad, not good.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.